Is it no, it's not 21st today.
23rd.
23rd.
Should be coming up now.
Okay. Yeah, there I am. Marvellous. Isn't modern technology grand?
Allegedly.
Allegedly grand. Oh, we're live.
People are socially distancing themselves from you.
Oh no, it doesn't include social networking. Does it?
It might do.
Shouldn't joke about such things.
Is it like a book to read?
Well, I think that's probably for the best, seeing as no one wants to join. Oh well, shall I just crack on?
You could do a little song and dance if you like.
That's it, as good as it's going to get. If you happen to be on and the counter isn't counting you, can you please say hello? I don't think there's anybody there, but there might be.
Is there anybody there?
That's never happened to me before. Oh, might go out and come back in again. No, nobody's here. That's very unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very unusual. What's going on? Hello, whoever you are. Thank you very much for joining us. I was talking to myself for a little while there. Can you say hi? Let me know who's joining us. Today's one of those days where I'm not particularly organised. Read for that, I'm really not organised at all. I've been really busy this morning doing other stuff and time just got away from me. However, you might remember that last time I was showing you this 2 CD pack that I've got, The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, and it's all Edith Holden images. And I can use them, so that's brilliant. So what I've been doing is printing off papers that I thought, oh, hi Janet. Oh, she's been waiting, so sorry. The view thing in the top left hand corner was reading 0, so I thought no one was there. So what I've done is printed some papers off from this CD, which are all here and are all beautiful, and I want to use them all. And the other thing that I've done is printed off some onto labels. It's a sheet of Avery labels, and they're the small ones because I thought they might be the most useful to me. And you can just use them whenever you know, there's one there with little primroses on, and I just think they'd be really nice to use in a journal. I'll pop that back on. So I've got a couple of sheets, 2 or 3 sheets of those. That's the spring, that's the winter, that's the summer, and that's autumn. And they're all gorgeous, they really are. I'm going to have fun using those labels, I can tell you. And the other thing that I've done, which is kind of great actually, is I've printed one of the images off onto an Avery label, and it's full A4 label, so the whole thing peels off and it's sticky. And you may be wondering why. Hi Ruth. It's so I can cut it off at widths accordingly and make my own washi tape from it. It's just, what an idea. It's just brilliant. So I can have my very own Edith Holden washi tape. So there's that. I think that's possibly all I had to show you. I have also been busy making bookmarks from the same thing. So the calendar bookmarks with each month on it, and they're all pretty on the back. And they are now in my Etsy shop. They're very pretty actually, they're really nice. So I made the full set, the 12 of those, and the 12 of those are in my Etsy shop for £9, including postage, so they're not exactly expensive. And I think it'd be really nice to pop into junk journals or give to somebody as a gift, but they're really nice. So as I say, they're in my Etsy shop now, and they're £9, including postage. Bit of a bargain. The other thing that will be in my Etsy shop soon, unless anybody here wants to buy them, if you do, just message me, are the 2 books that we've already made, the 2 little books. These are really lovely. I've shown you these before, but for newcomers, this is one of our little books here, journaling cards. That goes down there, that goes there, and then it just winds around. Plenty of journaling in the middle, and this is pretty similar to this on the other side. Goes like that, winds around there. There's this one and there's this one. They're pretty similar, with journaling in the middle. These are nice. These are acetates, so when you pull the journaling card out, you're left with the acetate, which is I really like that. It's nice. And that on there. So these are £10 each. If you want one, speak up, because they're going in my Etsy shop too. So that's all the for sale stuff at the moment. I mean, there are some junk journals in my Etsy shop as well, but right. So from this then, as I was saying, I printed some papers out, 1 or 2, as you can see. Let's put that somewhere safe. It's my most cherished possession at the moment. And where are we with this? Is the project that we are making. This is what it's all about. It's about this what's called a lap book, and this is the book that we're making for here. I haven't managed to get it quite finished. This still needs to be stuck down, and I still need to cover the front and back there. But this is what we've been working on, and it goes in there. Once it needs a journal in there as well, and then it goes in there and it gets tied in, and this is the remainder of that front page. But today we're starting on the second page, because I can finish that off anytime. You've watched me do plenty of those. So this is going to be the spine eventually, although I may change my mind actually on this. This is why I haven't stuck it down, because I think I might change my mind on the paper. Right, so what we need to do first is select a paper, and I should tell you also that the thing that I've got planned for today, I've never done before, and I haven't practiced it, so it might all go a bit wrong, but you've got to try, haven't you? So for the back of this one, I used that paper, which I really like actually, and I will use that again on the far side, on this side here, so it all sort of matches. But for this, now I've got these Edith Holden papers that I can use. I'm going to use Edith Holden on both of these. So it's just a matter of selecting one, really. For our project today, I've printed some off double-sided, which is what we need. And I want to choose one that we haven't already got. So that's pretty. It's pretty, isn't it? Yeah, like that one. Leave that out as a possibility. Have I got that one? No, that's nice with butterflies on. Honestly, I mean, they're all, you know, they're all nice. That's gorgeous, but I don't know. What's going on here? Yeah, I don't know how much of it you'd see, really. Might be left with a bit of too much blue sky. That's got bees on it. It's quite nice. These images, you know, if you're into Edith Holden and you're into junk journaling, get on Amazon or somewhere and have a look for that CD, because it's just got loads of goodies in it. Oh, that's nice. What am I going to choose? There's so many. I might go for that one, actually. Quite like that. Although I'm going to have to cut it that way, and it actually looks... No, it's all right that way. Right, I'm going for that one. I've decided. So I can put these away somewhere safely. There's nowhere. Honest to God, my desk is like tip of immense proportions today. Right, so what are the measurements of this page that I'm trying to cut out? What do I need it cut to? Well, I'm going to come to there, I think. I could come to there. Well, get the inch there. Yeah, there, I think. So that looks to me like it's 6 inches. I'd say that's 6 inches. And I want it to cover that, the white paper that's in there. So it's 9 and 1/8. I'm going to have to write that down because I'm never going to remember this. 9 and 1/8 by 6. Right, I can do this. I can do this. It gets more complicated after this, so let's hope I can do this. 9 and 1/8 by 6. Ooh, that way. But I've got a little bit here on the edge. Yeah, I'm going to chop that off now, because otherwise I've got a white bit down the edge that's, you know, not got anything on. No printing, should I say. It's just going to make my life easier. Ooh, if it's not there. Right. These cutting mats are great, but you can't pick anything up from them. They're a nightmare. A nightmare, I tell you. Right, so back to this. So 9 and 1/8. No, must be going to do it the other way. See, told you I haven't practiced this. I haven't practiced it, and I have never done it before in my life. So this could be brilliant, or it could be an unmitigated disaster. But you know, it's quite funny when things go horrendously wrong. Right, so I need 6 then up here. Let's cut something at least, shall we? I could do the bit bigger ruler than that. Oh, glory. Don't be one of those days. Please don't be one of those days. I can't face it. I know that I said I'd come on here in an attempt to entertain you, but I didn't really mean by doing things wrong so you found it hilarious. But you know. Right, so that's 6. Phew, I've actually made a cut. And I want this 9 and an 1/8. I'm going to have to do it with my other ruler because there's no 8ths on that one. So 9 and an 1/8. So I'm going to square that up along there, and then I know I've got it square. And then go to 9 and an 1/8. Okay. Rulers. Who knew? Brilliant inventions. Right. Right, so let's just see if this actually does want to fit in here. Somebody's sending, yeah, going wrong does add to the fun. I know that, but it's funny for everybody else, but it's like, oh no, for me. So, yeah, look at that. Oh, it's a little bit short, but it'll be fine. It's all right. I'll tell you what we'll do before we stick that in. We'll just ink up this bit here. I might need my booby one. This one. Just ink that up so it looks a bit sort of older and it's not going to stick out quite so much. Because I've obviously measured it a bit short, or I've cut it a bit short, or both. Both possibilities with me. If you can share this to anywhere that you think might enjoy it, that would be great. Thanks very much. Hi, Shaz. Don't annoy people though by sharing it where they don't want it, because they get a bit funny. Yeah, I'm just a wee little touch short there, so I'm just going to move that up. I think we'll be all right. Originally, when I started doing this lap book, I was doing this one here as a forerunner to one that I really wanted to do. That's why I chose quite a smallish format. So all of the wrinkles really would be ironed out doing this one. I didn't realise at the time I was actually going to be doing it live. So, you're having to bear with me through all the wrinkles, I'm afraid. I don't know what glue to use even anymore. I think I'll use Prit. It's sticking up. Maybe some glue down that side, but largely Prit. I've got a good big gob of glue on there that could live without. Take that off. I usually use some kitchen towel so I don't get this all over everywhere. I think I'm going to have to use some stronger glue than this over the leather bit. I think this is probably fine for sticking onto paper. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Alright then. Which way looks up? That way possibly. Right, so I want it there just slightly in from the edge, because as we know it's a bit short. Just move that round a touch. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's nice actually, isn't it? So give it a good press down, get my, whatever it's called. What is it called? Brayer. And give it a good bash down. Right, let's have a look at what this edge is doing on the leather. Oh, it's sticking quite well actually. That's all right then. I'll leave that. I'll keep an eye on it because it might decide to lift once it's squeaky. Once it dries. When we were little, if somebody had squeaky shoes, my mum used to say it was because they hadn't paid for them. That braid just reminds me of that, although I did pay for it. Right, so we've got the back in. Let's just go around that and way. Hi, Caroline. Carolyn, I'm so sorry, Carolyn. I bet that really annoys you, doesn't it? For some reason, everybody wants to call Justin Jason, which is annoying. So I guess that you're equally annoyed by being called Caroline. So sorry about that. Right, that's looking a bit more like it's part of this book now. Phew. I must remember when I come to do the big posh one that, you know, I need a little bit more. I don't want to cut it just to the white. I want to go a bit more than that. Right, now the fun begins. I'm not joking either. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Fasten your seatbelts. Right, I think I need a measurement first. That's probably quite a good idea. So we're going to make a little sort of 4-page booklet thing out of the papers that have been printed back and front to go onto here. Like I say, I really don't know what I'm doing, so I want it to be about 5 inches, so it's, you know, coming in 1/2 inch on each side, and I want it to be, well, as we know, that's just over 9, so I'd like it to be about 8.5. Let's write that down. 8.5. Well, what did I say? 5. Yeah. Okay, I'll put a line through that, otherwise I'll be cutting to the wrong things. Right. So this is the one. This is one of the ones I've chosen. Isn't that gorgeous? I can't get 8.5 out of that because it's only A4. I could get 8 and an 1/8 out. How does that grab you? What does that look like? Let's see what that looks like. 8 and an 1/8. Yeah, that's all right. Let's do that. Let's do that, and we can preserve a bit more paper because, as you know, we haven't got any. It's a shortage. I get my paper instantly, in case you're curious. I can hear you okay, but the video keeps pixelating. Right. And Ruth says it's pixelating with her too. Seems okay now. Can you let me know if it is okay now? I was watching Paula's on yesterday, I think it was, and hers was pixelating terribly. And what I'm wondering is if it would be better from now on to do the lives on YouTube, because they've got, well, it might just be better, but we'll see how this one, how we manage to proceed with this one. Now I've knocked myself right off my stot, as they'd say up here, off my bounds. So I'm just going to cut these white edges off. Clear for me. Oh, good. Let me know, guys, please, because there's very little enjoyment to be had watching somebody when it's really pixelated. I'm just going to cut the other edge off as well, so as we've, well, let me see what that measures. Yeah, if I do this to 8 inches, then if all the bits of paper are on exactly the same, I'll be all right because I'm coming in. I've got something to work with, so I'm going to cut it at 8 inches. See, this is what I normally do. This is what normally happens before you come onto a live. I've normally got all this stuff done. So sorry if it's dull and boring, but you know, this is junk journaling, guys. It's junk journaling. At the cold face of junk journaling. Hi, Alison. Every now and again it pixelates for a minute. Oh God. Right, okay, so the back page, the bit that I want to go right on the back is, I might look into doing the lives on YouTube, guys, because this isn't much fun for anybody, is it? So I'm going to do that at 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do that at 4 inches. I'm going to cut a piece off at 4 inches. Your measurements, if you're doing a lap book, your measurements obviously are going to be different. Right, so that's going to be our back thing. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? I might use it that way. It's really nice. Right, so the same needs to happen with another piece. So I'm going to cut cut one edge off and then cut it to 8 inches. It's quiet when I think. It's so quiet when you think. Is it really annoying you, this? Oh, fine in mine. All round to Alison's then. Thank you, Shaz. Right, so the thing, overall I want it to be 5 inches. So, get your thinking hat on. I need to cut this then at 5 inches up there. I'll just cut this end off while I'm here, and then I know I'm not taking it into account with my 5 inches. I've got so many things balanced on the top of my bin, it's just like ridiculous. Right, so let's cut this off at 5. We're making progress. There we go. Yeah, get the kettle on. It's all round to Alison's. So this is now 5 inches, which is the total thing that we want, and we want it to be 8 inches along there. Wouldn't that be amazing if it was? Yeah. The thing is about these MacBooks, we'll call it a MacBook, these lap books, is that, well, mine in particular, and this is something else that I've learned during this process, these spines here need to be bigger, much bigger than they are, because you very, very quickly use up that space. So it's going to end up like that, and then you're going to have to really squish it. So the next one that I make will have a much, much fatter spine. But like I say, this was a learning one. So we've got that that's going at the back, got that that's going on top of it, and I want another couple of, you know, different patterns, whatever. I could get it out of there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to throw caution to the wind and use my papers up. What's that? Oh, I've already used them. Where are my other double-sided ones? For those of you that weren't on earlier, I'd just like to show you something that I've done that you may be interested in. You will remember, I'm sure, that I got an Edith Holden CD-ROM, which I have no idea where it is now. it's gone in the melee of my desk. But it's a double CD-ROM, and it's got loads of Edith Holden images on, like the ones I'm using today for the papers. And what I decided to do is use an Avery, actually this looks like it's not Avery, but I think it is, an Avery label that is completely sticky. The whole thing is sticky, it's one complete piece. So I printed one of the images out, and what I'm going to do is just slice it in suitable widths, and then I'll have my very own homemade Edith Holden washi tape. How cool is that? I think it's genius, frankly. And the other thing was, these are Avery labels, and these are tiny little labels, and I've printed out the 4 images: winter, spring, summer and autumn, and they, no, not that one, that's just a picture. They turn into stickers. Look, they're brilliant. So you can put stickers on your work anywhere you like. You know, it's a nice one there with a blue tit and a robin. Look at that one. They're really nice and really handy, and you know, they're in keeping because they are Edith Holden with the book, and we can use them willy-nilly because we have plenty. This is also a label paper, which I thought I could slice and use as washi tape as well. So there you go, there's some ideas for you. Thanks, Fiona. Nice name. Yeah, it's a good idea, isn't it? I mean, you know, you don't have to do Edith Holden. You can do anything you like. And then you've got your very own personalised washi tape or stickers, depending what you've got. Right, so let's use this one then. Let's trim one of the edges off. I thought you'd like that. Actually, in the oh, come on. In this little journal that's going in the big journal, I have used homemade washi tape. There, that's all Edith Holden washi tape. That was this image that I printed on stickers. So it's lovely, isn't it? It really is nice. And that's our acetate for this one. That was leaves that were also an Edith Holden image. And I'm aware, Shaz, I promised to show you how, but there'll be more opportunity. I thought I could get this finished for today, but obviously I didn't. Right, so let's trim down one of the sides. Now we need to cut off, what did I say? You know, I'm absolutely useless. My memory's shocking. 8 inches. You'd think a human being could remember 8 inches. 8 by something. So I'm just going to cut that off at 8. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Even if you weren't here, this is what I would be saying. Out loud. That's right, isn't it? Is that right? Because that's how I roll. Right, so that's that. So I need to choose a width for it. So I think I might go for 5 again, same as the other one. And then I'll make a smaller one on the front. I'll show you in a second what it is that I'm aiming to do here, so you've got a bit of a clue what's going on. But at the moment you've got about as much clue as I have. Right, then what's going to happen is, come on, driving me mad. These are going to go like that in the book. So you can fold them over. They'll be decorated, of course. So you can fold them over and you've got a little booklet inside the book. And I've made them out of paper rather than card because thickness is getting critical. We're reaching critical mass. Where do you get Edith Holden images on CD? Ruth, well, my husband found it for me in a charity shop, but subsequently, after the last live that I did, I looked it up on Amazon and they are available. Amazon themselves don't have them, but some of the other booksellers do. I'm trying to find it so I can show you it. There are two versions out there. One is Sheena somebody, and the other is Crafter's Companion. They're both different. And so, of course, I have ordered the Crafter's Companion one as well, because it's critical to life. You know, I don't know what I did with it. Oh, my life. I'll come across it and I'll show you it. But, you know, you can use them. It clearly says that you can use it, so that's fine. So we're left with this page now. So let's do the same thing to that. Trim it off. How's the time? Oh, no, the time goes so quickly. I'm sorry I missed you live last night, Alison. I really am sorry. Life. That's all I can say. I hope everyone is keeping well. Honestly, I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest. I just want this hour to be kind of fun. You can watch me struggle with other things apart from the obvious. I don't want to harsh you, Mellow. Right, so this one I want to be shorter again. Shorter. Let's cut it off at 8 inches first, and then we can worry about how long or otherwise we want it. I don't think that's square on the end, so I'll cut that there. I think that's square. That's our height. I think about a couple of inches, do you think? 2.5 inches. Can't remember now which end wasn't square. Might be that one. 2.5 inches I think is going to be fine. That looks pretty square to me, if I'm honest. Looks fine. Right, so we've got all our bits. So now we need to form a little booklet with them. And it's at this stage we're really glad that we've got our own washi tape. Right, so this is page 1 and this is page 2. So they're going to go together like that. And we're going to... Oh, come on, give me a fighting chance. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. So what's wrong with this one then? It's too long. I don't know why that's too long. Obviously cut it off at the wrong place. Fairly obviously. So let's just cut that along there so it's the same. So we're in with a shot from the start. Right, so what did I say? I'm going to have that as the front or that as the front. That's quite nice with the birds on. Yeah, okay. Let's have that. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. And that one next, I think, because this is the one that you'll really see. So Okay, let's do this. Before I use no, I'm going to washi tape, so we're all right. I'm going to sellotape it together first, though. That's the first thing that needs to happen. So using one of my lines on my cutting board, I'm putting that right up to the line, and I'm putting this right up to the line on the other side. And I'm trying to get them level on the bottom. Like so. I think that's all right there. Right, sellotape. This is the CD-ROM, Ruth, or anybody else. Oh dear, a spider. Yeah, well, yeah, I know what you mean. Susan Andrews CDs. Oh, need to look up this person. Thank you. Yeah, have a look on Amazon, Ruth. There was a couple of places, I think, selling it. This is it. Joanna Sheen. That's who she is. Not Sheena anybody. It's Joanna Sheen. The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, and it's 2 CD-ROMs. Like so. It says that they aren't compatible with Mac. Then they're not, but the files on them are PDFs, which you can get off and use anyway. So don't be put off by that. If you're in any way computer literate, you can manage to get the PDF files off there even with a Mac, so you'll be fine. Right, where was I? I was just going to sellotape this. So make sure you've got it. Oh, come on. A bit longer than you need, because we can trim it off. Which is a sticky side, that side. Okay, so I'm holding it at the end so I can pull it square as I'm doing it. And I'm kind of dropping it on equidistant. Comme ça. Oh, went all French there. I went all French, did you hear it? Right, let's give that a try. See if that makes a suitable hinge for our purposes. I think it will. I'm trimming this off rather than bringing it over to the other side, because then I'd have to put washi down that side too, and I don't really want to have to do that. So this is going to be, look at that, that's marvellous, wonderful, nice hinge. So what we've got to do, however, is lose this sellotape. Nobody wants to be looking at that sellotape, do they? So we could either put a piece down here and a piece down there, or I could open it up and put a whole piece. I put that in upside down. How did that happen? No, it's because it's flippity floppity like this. Look, you can have it any way you like. But I must remember that this is the top. Right, so that's that. I'm going to put some of my homemade washi tape on it, and I'm going to use the big shiny sheet down there, and that's going to look pretty. So what thickness do I need it? This is the question. I need it 1 inch, so possibly I'm going to cut it marginally over 1 inch, because you know my accuracy isn't really wonderful. I need a different ruler to that one. No, that would do. That'll do. You'll get away with that. Is this sticky right to the edges? Yes, he says. Excellent. So I'm going to do it 1 inch and 1/8. Okay? You do realise that the questions I'm asking are to myself. Right, I'm going to slice that off with a rotary cutter. I can tell you, when you haven't prepared for a live, it's kind of a scary thing, I don't normally get nervous. In fact, I'm not nervous. I'm just aware of the fact that I'm dallying a bit. There's a bit of dallying going on. Fiona says she got 50% at the moment. You'll love her CDs. I am going to look. Definitely. Susan Andrews. Take a note. I'll take a note myself. Susan Andrews. Are they floral, Ruth? I love flowers. That's because he was a web designer. I don't know who was a web designer. I missed that. She's got 50% at the moment. Okay. Actually, just checked her site. She's got free downloads for a limited time. I can link her if that's okay. Yes, link away. This isn't a very never seen live crafting hours before. Well, don't be kind of put off by this. Some people do crafting hours and they actually do stuff. I'm doing my best, okay? I'm doing my best during this horrible, horrible time to bring some humour and crafting your way. That's all I can say. Right. Possibly more humour than crafting. I was going to have a drink. Let's see if we can get this little book done before we adjourn for today. See if I can get the back off this, which should be a good start. My nails needed sorting before this horrible event, and now I'm in a group where I'm not allowed to go out, so I'm afraid to say you're going to have to put up with them until they grow out, unless anybody knows any method of getting gel nail varnish off. I've tried my normal nail varnish remover, no joy. So there must be some special thing, and I bet I haven't got it in the house anyway, so it's not gonna help. Right, so this is thicker than ordinary washi, obviously, which is why we left a bit of space in the hinge. Is that square? Does that look square? Yeah, it looks quite square. So let's turn it over. Cut that off. I hadn't realised this was on blue, so I've got blue here. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Time will tell. I'll work it out. I'll work something out. Don't worry. Don't worry. Right, let's see if let's see if I can fold this, and I've still got a hinge, a usable hinge. Yeah, I reckon that's all right. What you have to remember is after this is made, it's going in that lap book, and it's going to have a living daylight squashed out of it anyway, because there's no room to bulk. There's no room for bulk, which also means that any embellishments that we put on these pages got to be kind of thin. There's no lace going in this book, for example, which is kind of something that I like to do. Let them soak with cotton pads on them. Yeah, I've tried. Well, my nail varnish thing is hiya, Karen. Welcome along. Karen Edwards, say hello to her. She's a new lady, and we're very pleased to have you. We're just crafting our way out of this stupid, horrible pandemic. Right, so that's that. That's done. I'm quite happy with that. So the next thing is which way around? Shall I put this? I'll put this onto this, and it's kind of similar process. Line it up on your, well, it doesn't matter. Line it up with a straight line. I'm just using the grid on here, and I need to put something heavy on that because it's going to move on the other side. Are you heavy enough? Yeah, it's heavy enough. And this is going sort of, you know, not butted dead against it, but, but quite close, in the vicinity of, in the close vicinity of. Thanks, Alison. Nails Ink Polish Remover is absolutely brilliant. Oh, I might have to go online and get some of that. I can't go out to get it. That's the problem. Right, so let's just put this half and half, half and half, half over one bit, half over t'other. It's nice to have you with us, Alison, because ordinarily you're busy. So nice to have your company. Thank you. So can you see, can you tell what it is yet? I might have to slice that top because it's not exactly square. So, see where we're going? First page. Nice, huh? Nice. Nice with a slice. I say that quite often, and yet I don't drink at all. So, did I have any left of that? Yeah, but not enough. You know, not enough. Come in for something else though. Don't chuck it away. And I'm going to cut this off again, long ways on, so I've got plenty, at 1 inch and 1/8. 1 and 1/8 is the measurement of the day. You know, I've got a group associated with my page called Miss Paintalot's Art Group, and you know, you can post on there, which you can't really do on a page. And it would be great if you posted on there anything that you're doing, anything that. Yeah, I will stay in. I'm not stupid enough to go out, but I could order it online. I forgot what I was saying to you there. Doesn't matter. Couldn't have been important.
Your art group.
Yes, my art group. You can post on there, and I'm really not like one of these groups where you can't put your own name, business name on and all that stuff. You know, if you want to, if you're doing a live, you can either do it in my group if you want to, or you can do it somewhere else and share it to my group. It's a pretty open group, really. I like it that way. I can see that if it got massive, you don't want everybody sharing everybody's lives and stuff. But at the moment, it's just a nice little group. Everybody's really nice on it and very encouraging. And if you want to post what you're doing, post what you think you might be doing, post something you did 10 years ago, whatever it is, I'm happy to see it. Really, I am. And so is everybody else, I bet, on the group, because like I say, we're all, well, include myself, we're all nice people. Oh, I've got a little bit of sellotape sticking out there. And that is the purpose of this tape, our homemade washi tape. You've got to say, guys, it's a really good idea, isn't it? It's brilliant. It's quite thick. That's the thing about the labels. They are quite thick. And these are blue on the back, which I hadn't quite expected, but I'm sure we'll be all right. Craft our way out. Right, so let's see where we're up to now then. I think when it's all finished, when I've got all my 4 bits on, I'm going to have to put a bit of washi tape over the spine. Can you see the blue from the labels? It's coming out. Sorry, it keeps pixelating a little bit for you guys. It's a nuisance. I think it's possibly because there's such high demand on Facebook and the internet in general, but it's not helping our cause. So that's that. So the next bit is just the same. It's just this shorter bit that's going on the back. Sellotape. That's it. Right. So let's just put that and I say down there, so we've got a straight edge, and this bit almost touching but not quite. That'll do. No, that's not heavy enough. I've ordered some glue. Did I tell you I've ordered some glue? Aleene's tacky glue, which is the stuff I use more than anything. And it should be coming tomorrow or the next day I think. So I'll show you it when I do a live, because I've ordered a fair bit of it. And I'll show you what it looks like when I do my next live. My next live, for those of you who wish to join me, is on Wednesday, 2 o'clock, when we'll, just for a change, carry on doing some junk journaling. As far as I can, during this horrible time, I will be attempting to do a live every other day. Well, Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. Is that right? I think so. It says at the top of the page anyway. It's something like that. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. That's right. So let's just chop that out. Oh, that might be a bit of a gap there. No, I think we're all right. I think we're doing okay. So I'm hoping everybody's well. I don't really want to ask that because I'm afraid of the answer. You like the flash of blue? Yeah, just something different, all right. Right, then, let's see. Oh, it's sellotape sticking everywhere. Okay, so let's just see. Front, second, third, back. So just need to put some, yeah, you see that's a really nice hinge before you put the washi tape on, but I do not want to look at this sellotape. It's nasty. It's nasty stuff. It's not nasty, it's really useful, but for the purposes of junk journaling, you don't want to be seeing sellotape. It looks amateurish, I think. So guess what we'll be doing on Wednesday? We'll be decorating this and getting it in our book. I think it's going to have pockets and flaps and the usual stuff, but I've got more to play with now. Although I might try and get quite a bit of the text, Edith Holden text in it, because I really like that actually. I love her text. I love the font, and I love the fact that in my book it's really aged. Sort of, you know, yellow, mellow yellow. I've got a little bit of a bubble there that I don't want. Right, chop this off. And I think we have succeeded amazingly in kind of making what we set out to make. Right, so this is the front. Let's just give it a good old fold. Well, I'm very pleased to welcome some new people today. It's really nice to see new faces, but always interesting, but I'd like to see finished result at the beginning so I can decide it might be something I like to give a try. I don't have many supplies and have to be picky. Wish I had money during this time to say, yeah, we all do. Afraid that is, although we have savings. Yeah, it's oh, dragonflies, Alison Young. the thing about making sure that I've got it finished at the start is that then I've had to make one myself. And in these days of limited supplies, etc., that means that I'm writing off one of these, if you know what I mean, just to show you at the beginning. If it was a video on YouTube, I could happily show you at the beginning, because I could say, this is what we're making today, right at the end of it, and chop it off and put it at the start of the video. I'm sorry, you just got to stick through the live and see if it's something that you want to make. Sorry about that. Right, so let's see if that's square. You know, it's actually not that bad. So all that needs inking, which I'm not going to make you sit through. And it's going to go. This, who was saying that? Who was saying that they wanted to see what it looked like at the end? Patsy. I don't know if you were in at the beginning, but this ultimately is what we are making. We're making this lap book. And we've already made a book that fits in there, these flaps, and then this little booklet that's going to go in there, like that. And open up and be decorated. And this will be a pocket that goes in there. So that's what we've made today. We've made that. And the next live, which is on Wednesday at 2 o'clock UK time, we'll be decorating it. In the interim, I'll stick it in the book because there's nothing complex about that. Just get stuck in. And I think I will also take on board what you're saying, Janet, but that blue's going to get right on my wig. So I'm going to put some washi down there as well. So that's what I'm going to do in readiness for the next live. And then next live we can decorate that, which is always fun. It's always good putting embellishments and things on things. And don't forget, I've got my stickers and I've got, you know, doing all right. So thank you ever such a lot for joining me. It's really good of you. I'm just trying to bring a little bit of light entertainment, let's call it that, during this horrible time. And I will try and continue to bring you these 3 lives for as long as I possibly can, failing illness, etc. And I know that, some of them, they'll be quite samey, some of them, but I will do my best. And if you're into junk journals, I think you probably find it quite interesting. So I'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget, Paula's on tomorrow at 2 on Fairy Chic Emporium. But I'll be back on Wednesday on this page, Miss Paintalot, at 2 o'clock, where we'll be carrying on with our lap book. Thank you very much, guys. Do take care. Please take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.